Hey, yo, what is up? You are back for another video at Datazero. Listen, the crypto market is pumping. Markets are getting shaken up. I'm going to break it all down in this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. This video is not financial advice. Let's hop in the charts, facts, data right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, first thing we're going to be talking about AMC and GME. Then we're going to be moving into stocks and then into crypto. Make sure you watch to the end because we have some huge news for crypto and altcoins are blasting off as predicted. Now, you guys can see that AMC and GME have been getting absolutely slammed by shorts, okay? There's no way to sugarcoat this. 6.3 million short shares at time of recording here for AMC. 4.8 million at time of recording here for GME. It does seem like they're getting a little bit lower, but they still have been dumping millions of short shares on the meme stocks. They're getting these shares somewhere because, ladies and gentlemen, cost to borrow is not going up higher. I think it will correct higher, and I think short interest will go up when the next short reports that we get. But right now we are seeing unhealthy shorting. They're shorting these stocks near low levels, all-time lows, and that is not healthy. Shorts should be taking profits around these levels. That shows a desperation to push these stocks even lower. Again, there's no way to sugarcoat it. They've been getting short shares for the low. You guys can see the volume candles right here is showing an increase in shorting while cost of borrow is actually moving down. Cost of borrow at time of recording sitting at 0.53% with 6.3 million short shares for AMC. And if we go ahead and look at GME, cost of borrow sitting at 0.42% at 4.8 million short shares. Now, if you guys look at things like analysts and stuff like that, even the analysts are saying, which I put it out in yesterday's video, that AMC is undervalued. Analysts are basically like bought and paid for to kind of try to move stocks where they want people to go and kind of give people a perception of stocks that they want to have. So these people can be bought and paid for. So if the analysts are even saying that it's undervalued, it's undervalued. So 51% to the upside is what a consensus price for analysts are saying here for AMC. So I believe AMC is undervalued in my personal opinion, but it's been getting shorted so heavily. That's why it's been in this overall downtrend. Now you guys can see that we do have something called bullish divergence, which I think is kicking in. You guys can see RSI is trending up as price is trending down. That's called bullish divergence. That means AMC's price is going to flatten out and correct up. I believe that we're actually flattening out now with this double bottom. You can see bottom one, bottom two. And I believe that we're actually going to see recovery tomorrow, okay? Now, we could have to stay flat a little bit longer, maybe retest this 280, but I don't think we're going to go much lower than 280 in my personal opinion. I think we're going to start this flattening out process, which we are doing now, and we're going to start pushing back to the upside. I believe that GME had a little bit of pullback here because we broke down from this overall uptrend. You guys can see we have this uptrend here. Then we broke down, we tested as resistance, but it looks like GME has found a bottom at 2250. We could see a possible retest of that tomorrow, but overall, I'm expecting recovery for GME. So GME and AMC should be able to push to the upside. GME should be able to push towards like 2280, maybe $23 if we can break and hold 2280, and AMC should be able to push towards 285, and if we can break and hold 285, possibly 290. I think that we're going to start the recovery process for the meme stocks tomorrow. GME's kind of been leading the way a little bit. As you guys can see, GME broke out of its falling wedge and trended up, but now we're pulling back after we broke the uptrend. But I think that we're going to start seeing recovery to the upside, making a higher low, and that's going to push us up towards the gap fill, and that's what we want to see ultimately for GME, because GME, if it gets up to this gap fill, that's where it could really start to pump. I believe that AMC is starting the flattening out process with the bullish divergence. You guys can see that we have green MACD on the 4-hour time frame, and if I pop on the Bollinger Bands, you can see that the bands are getting tight, and on some of the time frames we're actually above the blue medium line. So this is an indication that volatility is coming and we're about to see a move up, and with the bullish divergence that I'm seeing here, it's most likely going to be a move to the upside. So I believe that AMC is potentially bottoming here at this $2.80 level, believe it or not. So I don't think we're going to go much lower than this. I think we're going to start flattening out and correct up here for AMC. Now, as far as fundamentals of the company are concerned, watch my video Friday. I don't want to give it away too much, but AMC is absolutely thriving, and we see madness at the theater that I go to. Also, GME is sitting on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is obviously up, which I'm going to get to here in the crypto section, but Bitcoin is up and they're up on that position. Also, GME is a profitable company and is sitting on a ton of cash. So fundamentals are sound. Box office is popping off. So I believe that AMC and GME, in my personal opinion, are undervalued as far as stocks are concerned. Now, we do have a potentiality of the overall market pulling back, and that is something I want to talk to you guys about, and I talk about a little bit more on stream. But guys, if we saw SPY absolutely capitulating, I'm talking about days or weeks of bleeding, then you could possibly get margin calls. And if you actually want to see a big short squeeze, in my personal opinion, I think it's when the market is going to be pulling back. If the people are right about it takes SPY to pump for a short squeeze to happen, well, why isn't a short squeeze happen? Because SPY has been doing nothing but pumping. I believe if we see a big correction down like when we've seen here and we got margin calls, that would be the best type of environment for us to get a short squeeze. So maybe if you don't hold SPY or trade SPY, you should watch the SPY section coming up, which I do believe the market is potentially topping out. So maybe that's why you should watch the SPY section. And if we do see overall downtrend, we could see a condition where we actually could get a potential short squeeze on the meme stocks. Again, I don't want to get people too hyped. We have seen proof of concept of these stocks squeezing before. GME squeezed here and here. AMC squeezed here and here. Those were short squeezes. We saw after hours movements that was absolutely crazy. Shorts admitted that they covered. Citron Research admitted that they won't be shorting anymore. So these were short squeezes. I don't care what anyone says. Moving hundreds and even thousands of percentage points in just days or even weeks is a short squeeze. So we've seen proof of concept here and proof of concept here. I think that if we did see a market pullback, that would be a better chance to see an actual short squeeze. Now, what we are seeing as far as tomorrow is concerned, I think AMC is going to move up towards 285. I think GameStop's going to move towards 2280. If GameStop can break and hold 2280, you're going to see it move towards $3. If AMC can break and hold 285, then you're going to see it move towards 290. I don't think 290 is going to possibly come tomorrow, but there is a chance if we can break above that 285 level and hold that. So that's what I'm looking at for the meme stocks. Again, sitting at 4.8 million short shares at time of recording for GME, 6.3 million at AMC. They've been dumping just heavily on the meme stocks. So make sure you guys share lending is not on. And this is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. Let's go ahead and move into SPY and the overall market. Show you guys what's going on there. And then we will go into cryptocurrency. So, ladies and gentlemen, Trump tariffs are back. Trump tariffs are back, ladies and gentlemen. So this is something you need to be aware of. Last time the Trump tariffs went into effect, the markets started pulling back. Now, I want to point out that crypto hasn't pulled back, but SPY did see a little bit of drop down today. Now, what I'm expecting tomorrow is a little bit of recovery to the upside, heading towards like 635, 636. But I don't think we're going to be able to make a higher high. I think we're going to make a lower high than the previous day here and start correcting down. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of recovery in the morning, but I'm thinking overall tomorrow is going to be bearish. I think that the market is topping out, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. I believe that we are seeing the top for SPY and NASDAQ. My prediction on NASDAQ here is that we kind of flatten out and correct down. And you guys can kind of see that we have bearish divergence as well. RSI trending down as price trending up, which means price is going to flatten out and correct down. So I think this prediction is going to track. That doesn't mean we couldn't pop up, you know, and have a little bit more upside. But I think we are topping out here on SPY and NASDAQ, in my personal opinion. As long as these tariffs remain in effect, you're going to see inflation. You're going to see things cost more. And you're going to see earnings come down, which is going to bring the stock market down, ladies and gentlemen. So this is something to keep on your radar as a stock and crypto holder, especially stocks. It's definitely going to affect them heavily. But I believe we're seeing a decoupling of crypto and stocks. And I believe that the overall narrative for SPY and NASDAQ might become bearish. Okay. So again, what I'm expecting tomorrow is probably a push up towards 635, 636, and then a correction down. I do think we're going to move up a little bit, but I think that tomorrow is going to be overall bearish and the rest of the week is going to be overall bearish. So again, just keep that on your radar. But as far as my prediction for SPY, I think we're going to be moving down after a little bit of upside. You guys can see that SQQQ is tracking here. This is an index that moves inverse of NASDAQ. I believe SQQQ is going to start pushing up, filling some of these gaps. We have multiple gap fills to the downside on both SPY and NASDAQ. I believe those gaps are going to get filled. The chickens are coming to roost. And SPY is also looking like it's possibly making a giant bear flag. It's a little too easy to, a little bit too early to tell right now, but this could be a giant bear flag where we see SPY, even if it does push up, break down hard. And it would make a double top if it did that. So it would be like top 1, top 2, and dump down. So again, we could see a little bit more upside for SPY, but I think overall the top of the market is in, and we're going to start seeing a correction down here soon, in my personal opinion. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY in the overall market. Let's go ahead and go to cryptocurrency, BTC, and then we'll wrap up this video. So Bitcoin up 2.5%, Ethereum up 6%, XRP blasting off. Why is this? Well, there's possible legislation in play that will allow crypto into 401k, ladies and gentlemen. Now, crypto mass adoption is happening right in front of your eyes, all right? This is a huge opportunity, all right? This is a huge opportunity. Bitcoin jumps as Trump is set to sign an order that allows cryptocurrencies into 401ks. So this has been widespread inclusion of Bitcoin in Americans' retirement accounts has been long viewed as the holy grail for crypto adoption. Like I said, this is crypto mass adoption happening right in front of your eyes. We also, during crypto week, just a few weeks back, had massive crypto legislation passes, which provides clarity to crypto and crypto assets and what they are, securities, commodities, and stuff like that, giving a legal framework for people to move forward for things like possible ETFs. We've already seen so many things, okay, that are so bullish for crypto, and there's even more things coming, all right? What if the XRP ETF comes into play? Well, XRP is going to blast off. You guys can see that Ethereum is working on a macro breakout of a macro accumulation. Things are looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Bitcoin is breaking above the sloping support and resistance that it's been trying to break above since the uptrend up towards 123,000. The fact that we're breaking this means that we could go for a new all-time high. This is where Bitcoin potentially is going to decouple from my fractal, which I said is a very good possibility, and we could see something very, very special for BTC. This fractal, this blue line that you've seen here, is from the previous bull run here on Bitcoin when it ran up to like 60K. And it's been tracking for over 2 years now. So if we do decouple, something special could happen where Bitcoin could go to the 125K price target and potentially much higher. You guys can see that if you look at things like the Bitcoin rainbow chart, we're still in accumulation. We haven't seen these huge highs like we've seen in the previous bull runs. So I think there is still room for BTC to move up and hit crazy prices that we never thought possible. Now, I don't want to get overly bullish, but I did just buy more Bitcoin and XRP during the live stream. Okay, I did it during the end of the live stream. I am currently up slightly on the BTC, and I am up on the XRP as XRP blasted off. So again, I'm just dollar cost averaging. I'll sell in 2030. I'll sell in 2035. Listen, if something happened and I need some money, I would sell. But as of right now, I'm just accumulating XRP, accumulating altcoins, buying and holding, and I will sell later. I bought here, and now recently I bought up here for like 308, 310, and then I think the Bitcoin was like at 117.2 when I bought it. So again, buying and holding seems to be the way for crypto. That's what I'm doing anyways. You guys can do your own thing. Obviously, I implore you to do your own research and due diligence, but crypto is booming and mass adoption is happening right in front of our eyes, and I believe that something special could be coming here for Bitcoin and the altcoins. Now, if Bitcoin does move towards this 125K level that I'm looking for, altcoins are going to blast off. Ethereum absolutely primed right now. As you guys can see, we have this overall sloping support and resistance here being broken. This is since the high of 4.8. If you noticed, all of these coins are in like a macro accumulation and they're breaking out. So I think Ethereum is going to make a new all-time high. I think XRP has a chance to make another new all-time high, which it already made a new all-time high. Ethereum is looking good, but XRP, also looking good. If you guys want to see a breakdown here on XRP, I'm going to go ahead and break it down real quick what we want to see. We have some resistance here. A lot of people taking profits at this 335. We have these sell walls here. That's what that red block is. So I'm expecting to see some resistance here, but if we could break 335 and hold that level, we're going to move towards 350 and 366. If XRP can break and hold 366, it's going to go in price discovery mode and go towards 380 or $4. If we get to 380 or $4 before the ETF comes, then this thing's going to start blasting off towards $5, man. XRP is looking strong. Falling wedge breaking out right now. This is looking prime right now. And you guys can see that XRP is extremely bullish. We want to see it break above that 335 cleanly and hold that to see another big move to the upside, similar to what you're seeing here. But with this overall falling wedge structure here that we're seeing, I think that we're going to go back towards a new all-time high, because that is the price target for XRP, and potentially go towards 380 or $4. I believe that Bitcoin is actually going to start moving towards a new all-time high as well, 125K. And I believe Ethereum is going to go to 4.2, 4.5K easily, but potentially a new all-time high. If we go ahead and look at coins like Cardano ADA is tracking as well, breaking out of a micro falling wedge here. You guys can see on the smaller time frames, on the hourly time frame, breaking out of this falling wedge, but tracking with my macro prediction here, saying that we're most likely going to move up towards $1.25, $1.07. So I do think ADA is going to be moving up. Key altcoins are going to be moving up. I told you guys that altcoins are going to explode in yesterday's video, and altcoins are exploding. So make sure you like and subscribe for literally some of the best predictions that you can get for stocks and crypto here on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. I literally talked about this yesterday, and the very next day we're seeing massive pump to the upside. Again, it is based off of that news, but normally technicals will tell you what's going to happen before the news. Similar how we had this falling wedge coming before the news. I knew we were going to push up. The news just provides a catalyst to continue things higher. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Right now, we're not in an altcoin season yet, so there is a chance that things could get even crazier. If we go into an altcoin season, things could get crazier for altcoins. Right now, I do not think this Bitcoin bull run is anywhere near over, though, and this crypto bull run I do not think is over, in my personal opinion. Again, we're still in the accumulation zone. And we're looking good. So this is your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If you want to support the channel in a different way, you can rock some of the merch and check out the merch store. Copy yourself a t-shirt, rep DZ fam in real life. You can also check out my Discord. It's $100 for a lifetime invite. Exclusive buy signals, sell signals, technicals. Literally pays for itself. If you want to get invited to that, hit me up on email, DataZero Official 5, link in the comment section description below. Once you make payment, I'll send you the link, and it's easy as that. You want to get in before payment goes, or before the price goes up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching to the end. If you did watch to the end, because it helps me with the algorithm. If you want to support for absolutely free, just hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. You can also share the content and leave comments down below to help out as well. Peace, fam.